Hello and welcome to the April 9th edition of SHS Today. In today's show, we head to the parking lot for a student car segment called Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles. Look at a special student project that you could participate in. And Max Watkins hosts the latest edition of Totally Tubular Tech. All of this and more on this episode of SHS Today.
Hello Hornets, welcome to our April 9th show. We hope you had a good spring break and got to enjoy the nice weather. I'm Mitch Mazur.
And I'm Prevedal. Let's get right into the show.
Now that we're in a 4-day school week, there are a lot more cars in the parking lot, and I've seen some very peculiar vehicles there.
And in this next segment, we'll hop right into the back seat with Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles.
What's up, Saline? Today I have a very special guest who would like to show off his car as we welcome you back to Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles.
I'm Kellen Malash. I have a 1997 Mazda Miata. I got it in probably about August of last year, I would say. I actually went down to Ohio to go buy it. It was a 4-hour drive. So it was a shame to have to go down there, but I did get a pretty good deal on it. So I was just really excited to go get it. It's something different, from my old car. It weighs like a ton, so it's super duper light. It's small. That's kind of its thing. It just handles really well. It's super slow though. It only makes 100 horsepower, which is super duper slow. It's probably the slowest car in any given parking lot. I did this center console, I painted it. It's got red, pink, white, and purple in it. If you go ahead and look at this hard top right here, it's got a bunch of stickers on it. This car is actually convertible, so I could take this big old hard top off if I wanted to. It was a little chilly this morning though. But the biggest thing is it's super duper small. So if you're over 6 foot, 6'2", it's really hard to get in this car just because it's so tiny. But that's why I like it. It's really fun to drive.
Well, that's it for now. Signing off, I'm Ronnie Purvis. This has been Whips, Wheels, and Automobiles. Back to you in the studio.
It's good to see this segment return. Big thanks to Kellen Malash for letting us get a hands-on look at his 1997 Miata. If you have a car that you would like us to come look at, come down to room C244 to make a request.
Hey Brendan, where do you see yourself in 30 years?
I see myself becoming a mechanic and working on luxury cars.
Well, some students here at SHS are working on a project that won't see the results for another 30 years. Britley Warren tells us more.
Due to COVID changing the plans of both the Student Council and an independent study, senior Travis Woman and Aditya Aurora are creating a time capsule that shows a general overview of what life looked like during the 2010s. They are gathering the help of other students to tell us more about this wild decade.
And kind of just looking back on it and being wow, this was the popular music, these are the shows that we watched.
The time capsule also covered huge recent events such as the 2020 election and the coronavirus pandemic. Additionally, there will be a vlog, a documentary, and various objects such as an Edge cookie bag. Something to note is that most of the content going into the capsule will be digital. Travis tells us more.
We're putting in a Chromebook and a hard drive is the plan right now. We're actually not burying the time capsule. We're actually just going to seal it and put it somewhere in the high school. I think the plan right now is in the office somewhere.
Even with the major setbacks due to the pandemic, Travis and Aditya are planning to have the unveiling of this time capsule during graduation this year for seniors. To make it even better, they wish for others to add to the time capsule as well.
Look in your emails. There'll be a survey for you to submit stuff to, all the stuff I just said. Just submit your stuff. It'd be really helpful. It'll make my job a whole lot easier, and it could be fun for you. Put some pictures of you and your friends in there, and the people in the future can see it. So,
good luck, Travis and Aditya. Hope to see you back in 30 years. I'm Britley Warren. Back to you in the studio.
Time capsules have always been a cool concept to me. I like the idea of being able to see how much things will change over 30 years. Make sure to check your email for a survey regarding a photo and video submissions for the time capsule. Your submissions might even end up in the documentary.
The SAT and PSAT are just around the corner. Juniors take the SAT on Tuesday, along with sophomores who will take the PSAT that day. Freshmen have an async day, and seniors have a virtual college visit day. Wednesday, juniors have ACT work keys, and freshmen have the PSAT. Seniors and sophomores have an async day.
So Mitch, how long have you been playing video games?
Well, for as long as I can remember, really.
Same here. Max Watkins dives into some video game advancements in our next installment of Totally Tubular Tech.
Video game consoles have changed a lot over the last couple of decades, and one of the biggest names in gaming is no exception. I'm Max Watkins, and today I'll be taking a look at the motion controls for the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo Switch on this edition of Totally Tubular Tech. Back in 2006, Nintendo launched the Wii, and with it, a revolutionary system of controllers, motion controls. The Wii Remote and Nunchuck analog stick use micro-electromechanical system accelerometers, or MEM, which is basically just a super fancy term for a system which measures the positional data of the controllers in relation to a sensor bar that plugs into the Wii. A Bluetooth chip inside the controller is used to send this data to the console itself. This new kind of motion controller allowed for entirely new features to be added into games, which forced players to be more physical with the way they played. In 2017, the Switch was released following the failure of the Wii U just a few years earlier. The Switch combined the motion controls of the Wii with the tablet-to-television compatibility of the Wii U. The Switch's motion controls in the form of what are called Joy-Cons use similar Bluetooth chips as the Wii remotes, but are different in that the motion of the Joy-Cons are measured with gyroscopes, removing the need for the sensor bar used by the Wii. The Nintendo Switch currently has over 3,300 games available for it, many of which utilize this motion control capacity. There's a lot more technical info that I could go into about these two controls, but that'd probably take up a lot of time. In the meantime, I hope you've at least learned something about the inner workings of these two revolutionary game systems. I've been Max Watkins for Totally Tubular Tech. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Max. That was very nostalgic. Brings back some great memories.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Brendan Prevedal.
And I'm Mitch Mazur. Due to the testing schedule mentioned earlier, our next show will not air until April 19th. So tune in then for the return of Coffee Time, a look behind the scenes with the live video crew, and an artist spotlight. Have a great week, Hornets.